Hello, I'm attorney Daryl Mccorvey with Mccorvey Law. I'm here today to discuss with you key liability factors for 6 types of automobile wrecks. Determining whether a defendant is liable for your auto wreck injuries is the first and most important factor to evaluate when assessing your personal injury claim. For most auto wreck claims, this involves looking at the vehicle damage, any driver statements, the existence of witnesses, any use of alcohol or drugs, any credible passengers, the driving conditions, the functioning of your lights, or any defenses that the defendant might have. The following additional factors will come into play when determining liability for 6 specific types of auto wreck cases. 1, rear-end collisions are one of the most common type of auto wreck cases. Most occur when the stopped vehicle is waiting in traffic, waiting to turn left or right, or waiting for a light to change. The police report will frequently place the fault on the moving vehicle, usually for following too closely or for inattentiveness. The driver of the moving vehicle will often admit liability to the police officer, you, or other witnesses. Insurers usually pay considerable attention to the police reports. However, sometimes carriers or their defense attorneys will claim no liability due to sudden and unexpected stopping, failure to signal when stopping to turn, not yielding before pulling into traffic, or a brake defect. An experienced injury attorney will want to learn about the following items when assessing the certainty of liability in your rear-end collision: vehicle position, the other driver's speed, the other driver's following distance, and your use of turn signal. 2, intersection wrecks. For the following reasons, it can be difficult to prove liability in intersection collisions and the failure to yield accidents. A shifting story, the absence of witnesses, detailed rules of the road, and an artful defense are all issues to consider with an intersection wreck. 3, parked or disabled vehicles. A number of factors can make or break your case when you've collided with a parked, stalled, or disabled vehicle, including the reason the vehicle stopped, the availability of better location, warnings, conditions of the roadway, your negligence, and a statutory violation. 4, automobiles versus pedestrians. The overriding factor in pedestrian cases is whether you were walking in a crosswalk when you were hit. If not, the insurance company and the defense attorney will present a jaywalking defense, and obtaining a favorable settlement or verdict will be difficult, but not impossible. The following liability factors should be carefully examined: the reason to jaywalk, the governing traffic code, the length of the walk signal, available light, visibility of clothing, driver's statement, pedestrian statement, driving speed, driver knowledge, weather conditions, mechanical defect, impeded view, tardy driver, and whether the victim was a child. 5, automobiles versus cyclists. Bicycle riders are generally required to observe the same rules, regulations, and safety standards as car drivers. Stopping at signals, yielding the right-of-way at intersections, and using turn signals are as important for cyclists as motorists. The following liability factors should be examined carefully when assessing an automobile versus a cyclist case. Designated riding areas. Reckless riding. Safety equipment. Police assessment. Available light. Visibility of clothing. Driver's statements. Bicyclist statements. And the degree of injury. 6, truck accidents. Most truck accidents cause serious injuries because of the weight of the truck and the resulting force at impact. Nonetheless, truck accidents cases frequently face several obstacles to successful resolution. 1, experienced and difficult adjusters. Insurers often use their better and tougher adjusters in truck accident cases, and those adjusters can take a hard line during settlement negotiations. 2, biased witnesses. Witnesses often sympathize with truck drivers. 3, dishonest trucking personnel. Trucking companies and drivers sometimes falsify or lose records that could help your case. 4, multiple defendants. You likely face several opponents, all of whom will be trying to pin the blame on you. 5, the passage of time. Investigation must begin promptly in truck accident cases. You will be at a disadvantage if months have passed before the accident and you retaining an attorney. Potential areas of liability which should be considered in every trucking case are excessive speed, violation of safety regulations, defective equipment, visibility, inexperience, overloading, improper parking, and unsafe turn. Please contact our office if you have any questions we can answer about your auto wreck claim.